So I've hit a slump and I want to challenge myself to see if I can change my life in 6 months. So, what happened? Essentially, I lost my tech job in a round of mass layoffs at my previous company. And then I also gained 30 pounds. And during that time, even before that, I stopped doing my routines, doing my hobbies, because for 2 years, all of my belongings were in storage. So during that time, I essentially just like stopped like pouring into myself. But here's the thing, before all of that, I was like living my best life. I had a remote software engineering job. I was road tripping across the country with my cat and my dog. I was traveling internationally and going to like all these countries that I hadn't been before. And I was going to like all these music festivals and stuff like that that I really wanted to go to. So I was building my dream life. So now all of this happened, and I'm sitting there looking at videos on my algorithm saying, you can change your life in 6 months and all this other stuff. And then I came across Chiara Evola's video specifically where she used her life as an experiment. And I was inspired by that. Honestly, I'm trying to make this change regardless, but I think it would be interesting to like document it and see if I really can change my life in 6 months and how much can change in 6 months. I kind of want to go on this experiment and I want to document this and build community and see if anyone else is out here who's kind of on the same path and if we can change our lives in 6 months together. Okay, so there are four main pillars that I want to focus on for the next 6 months. Two of them are very like more complex and a little bit more serious, and then the other two is a little bit more like laid back. So I'm trying to find some balance here. So the first one is career. So obviously I want to find a job. I know that it's like going to be kind of tough. I'm in the tech industry as a software engineer, and I know AI is like insane right now. So this is going to be an interesting journey, but we'll see what happens. The second thing is fitness. So I had gained 30 pounds, but I had also lost 30 pounds. So I'm kind of at a plateau right now with weight loss, but my goals are more body recomposition right now. So I want to focus on body recomp and seeing, how far I can get with my fitness goals in the next like 6 months. The third thing is hobbies. So I had all of my stuff in storage for 2 years while I was doing like my cross country road trip life. So I stopped doing a lot of my hobbies, but I feel like right now, especially with the stress of job hunting and stuff like that, I really need to find something to keep myself grounded. So I feel like pouring back into my hobbies will help kind of keep my balance with my mental health and stuff like that. And then the last one is aesthetics and personal style. With my stuff being in storage for 2 years, I didn't have access to a lot of the things that I like used to wear. And then I gained 30 pounds, so I couldn't really fit the stuff that I used to wear. And then I moved to Florida, so I wasn't wearing the same things because I was looking for comfort, but also looking for something that like worked with like the hot weather. And essentially now I could fit into the clothes that I had before, but I'm styling them differently now that I'm living in Florida versus living in New York. And I essentially just want to like dive back into like my personal style. So those are the four main things. It's career, fitness and body recomposition, my hobbies, and my aesthetics and personal style. So those are the main things that I'm focusing on. I'm not trying to like, I think I'll get overwhelmed if I do any more than that. So, okay, so I wrote some SMART goals. I have my I have my iPad here. I wrote some SMART goals because I knew that I needed to like be able to keep progress on this journey. So let's see. So this is essentially like what you will be seeing from me and what I'll be documenting during this like journey. I'm gonna try and do like once a week check-ins to see like, how far I've come. But I will say that I've never vlogged before, so I don't know. This is going to be interesting, but I don't know how it's going to go. But I'm going to try and do weekly check-ins because regardless of whether people watch this or not, I really want to document my journey for me to see my progress and to see how far I've come. So when it comes to the career, I'm looking to apply to at least 25 jobs a week. Do one interview question a day, either behavioral or technical. I want to study DSA about like an hour a day, especially cracking the coding interview. And I want to complete 2 projects by the end of the 6 months. And then the main final goal, obviously, is to find a job. Okay, so for the fitness and body recomposition, I'm thinking that I want to lose like 2.5% body fat based off of like my calculations. Now, I'm not like, I don't really know too much about body recomposition. It's been a while since I've been in like the fitness world. So that could change. But essentially, I really want to tone up and I want to grow like my lower body, grow like my glutes and my legs and stuff like that. I feel like I did lose weight, but now I feel uh, skinny fat, as they call it. That feels like wrong to say, but I'm just not toned up and I want to feel stronger and be stronger like I used to be. Yeah, so some of the things, okay, so I want to lose 2.5% body fat, but that might change. We'll see. It might be less, it might be more. I'm really going to go off of how I feel and how I look, but I wanted to try to set some SMART goals at least. Okay, I want to close all of my Apple Watch rings daily. I want to get 10K steps daily because I have not been getting as many steps in as I should, honestly. I want to, okay, this is going to be a weird one. I want to be able to do the splits at the end of the 6 months. I know that's kind of like random, but I always wanted to be able to do the splits. So I'm just like, you know what? If I'm going to set up a challenge and fitness is involved, I might as well just incorporate like the splits because I am going to be doing more like stretching, obviously. So might as well. But the final goal for the fitness is to be more toned, to be able to do the splits at the end of the 6 months, and to have a lower body fat percentage. And then we'll see how that goes. And how, depending on how I'm feeling, I might do some like before and after pictures. But if I'm not feeling comfortable with that, honestly, like you'll see the before and afters if you like stick along for this journey. So we'll see. Okay, so for my hobbies, I wanted to keep the SMART goals like simple for this because I don't want to like add too much stress or pressure for something that like should be fun. So essentially, I want to spend at least like 30 minutes 4 times a week on one of my hobbies. And the only like real SMART goal that I have is that I would like to finish a crochet project by the end of the 6 months. And I feel like that's honestly kind of possible if I stick to like something simple. But yeah, so I'm looking to do like 30 minutes 4 times a week. And I have a list of like the hobbies. So I'm really just going to pick from the list of hobbies that I already have. And then just do that for like 30 minutes. And then, I should collect at the end of the week. So some of the hobbies though is I want to get back into gardening, reading, crocheting, some of the outdoor stuff like fitness stuff that I used to do, so that kind of crosses over into like the fitness and body recomposition. But I want to get back into like biking and rollerblading and like what else, like swimming and like running outdoors and stuff like that. So I do want to get into that, which is kind of like a hobby for me, and cooking and baking as well, because I used to do that, mostly baking a lot, and that was kind of fun, and I kind of miss that. So those are some of the hobbies on the list, and I don't want to be too strict about the hobbies, but I do want to be like disciplined about setting time aside to like really pour into myself in that capacity. So yeah, we have those. And then the last thing, which is like aesthetics and personal style, I want to like restyle at least 4 items in my closet that I haven't touched in a while. That would be like shoes, accessories, and clothes. And I already did this thing where like I flipped all the hangers in my closet. So if I already wore it, then the hanger is forward facing. And if I haven't wore it in a while, then the hanger is like facing the other direction. So I know which items that I should be styling based off of the things that I haven't like worn in a little while. So I already did that. But I want to restyle like 4 items that I just like pick random throughout the week and just kind of like try and restyle my clothes. And honestly, if I don't like something or it's not working for me, I'll just donate it. But I really need to like at least try, because yeah, some of that stuff just either I need to wear it or I just need to let it go. And then I want to try at least like 2 to 3 different like hair and makeup looks over the week. I really want to do better with like doing my hair. I did my hair today, but it's like it takes so much work. And I want to do different styles and stuff like that. And honestly, it's really been on my mind to just like cut it all off. I've had short hair before, so I'm just like, this is exhausting and takes a lot of product, but I think that I just need to set some time aside to really like work on my hair and do better to make the process of doing it easier so I'm not so like stressed out about it and like wearing like buns and stuff like that all the time or whatever. Yeah, so I want to incorporate like doing 2 to 3 different either hairstyles or like makeup looks, and I'm going to use like Pinterest as like inspiration and stuff like that. So every week I'll try to be here, I'll try to update with a vlog and like uh keep track of my progress to see like if this is working. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of a random time to just like up and start this challenge. It is Wednesday. What's today? It's Wednesday, May 28th. So I don't know why I'm starting this right now, but I just felt compelled to just like do this now. So today is day one of my like fresh start. Okay, so the thunder outside sounds crazy right now, but it is day one and I do need to head over to the grocery store or else I will just immediately start eating fast food. So it hasn't started raining yet, so hopefully I can get there before it starts pouring. But I'm gonna go to the grocery store, pick up some like healthy foods, and even if it's not healthy foods, just pick up foods that I can cook at home just to like get myself out of the mindset of like buying food outside to eat. So I'm gonna head out, pick up some groceries, and yeah, get proactive. Let's go. Okay, so I'm choosing something from the back of my closet that I haven't worn in a while. It's something I've only wore like a handful of times. I don't know why. Maybe it was like didn't fit me right with the weight gain. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I decided to keep it simple instead of just trying to like really style an item because I just need to get the day started. I just decided to choose something that's like a set. I'm gonna put this on and then make some breakfast and then get the day started. So I just finished applying to a couple jobs. I studied DSA for about like 2 hours, did a few technical interview problems, and then I worked on a project and I pushed some code. So I did a decent amount of like career stuff for the day. So I think what I'm going to do now is go for a walk because I need to get these steps in, and my Apple Watch died this morning. And I think I'm going to take this time to listen to this audiobook. I know for the month of May, since I started so late, I won't be able to like actually finish a book, but I think I can get like an audiobook done before the month is over and then like start next month like that. So I'm going to listen to this audiobook, get my steps in, and then do some fitness stuff afterwards. I know I need to do like strength training and stuff like that. I actually need to like dive into doing like body recomp stuff. I have my water here, I have my headphones, and let's get this body moving. Wait. Okay, so it is now Sunday. It is the beginning of week two. So I want to film this to kind of like close out week one. So week one was kind of like a short week. I decided for some reason to start filming this on Wednesday, and it was like the end of May. I don't know why I didn't just decide to start today, June 1st, on a Sunday. But I don't know. I was thinking like, do I want to use that footage because it was like only like half the week and it wasn't like I did everything that I wanted to. But I decided, you know what? I filmed it already. I don't want to keep like I do this thing where like I tend to put things off, and I want to use this challenge to also, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to use this challenge to like get over my fear of like being perceived and like putting myself out there. So I'm using this as like exposure therapy. So I'm still going to use that this first week. And I'm just going to put this out here and it's going to be trash, but it is what it is. I have my iPad here and I wrote down the things that I've done this past week pertaining to like my SMART goals and kind of checking my progress. I'm giving myself grace this week because obviously it's a short week and I'm just starting out this journey. And I think the important thing about being consistent is to not like completely shut down when things aren't necessarily perfect. It's been very like rainy out here. So that's kind of put like a hindrance to certain things that I want to do outside, but also kind of like really impacting my mood because like it's been like really raining or thunderstorming or whatever. And I haven't really had a chance to like be outside like that. This morning it was like thunderstorming really bad and raining really hard. And it just like stopped. So now I'm getting some good lighting. So I'm like, let me use this opportunity to film. I want to wrap up week one, start off week two on a fresh start. It's June 1st, it's Sunday. So let's see what I got done. I did start applying to jobs. I've applied to about like 10 jobs so far. I did start studying like DSA and interview questions to kind of start getting myself prepared for the process. Getting 10K steps daily because of the rain, I wasn't really like getting outside to go for walks as often. So like 2 out of the 4 days I got like 10K steps, and then the other 2 days it was like raining and I didn't. I also didn't begin strength training, which is something that I wanted to do this week, or begin it running outside. I did the split stretches. Not every day, but I did start. But I think because my fitness goals, I've been a little like in and out. Like I started and I stopped and I got the 10K steps, but then I didn't. I am just gonna go to the gym. Week two, you're gonna see me. I'm holding myself accountable because I'm saying it now. I will be going to the gym. So that's going to be an interesting one, but there we go. My hobbies. So I knew it was going to be a short week. So I didn't expect that I would like start a crochet project like now or something like that. Like I knew it was going to be a short week, so I didn't expect to like get too crazy with the hobbies. But I do a mix of like regular physical books and like audiobooks. So for audiobooks, I've been listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think it's called. I don't know. I've been peer pressured into reading that book because apparently it's super popular and a movie is coming out. So I'm just like, you know what? Let's just like read it. But I just decided to listen to it. And then I also have The Artist's Way, which I have right here. And I started reading it last year and then fell off. And then I started reading it again at the top of this year and then fell off again. So I am at week 4 and I started picking it up again. I wanted to garden and I didn't garden. I have like some plants that I want to like propagate and like repot and stuff like that, but I'll just do that next week. It's no big deal. I didn't like style any outfits and I didn't do like hairstyles and like makeup, but what I did do was I normally like wear a lot of buns. So I have been actually just like refreshing my curls daily, so I think that that counts. Cuz I've really been fighting like putting on hats to like not do my hair and wearing buns to like not do my hair. So I think that that's a win. And I've been better at like doing my daily makeup because usually I just like wouldn't. I did put on one outfit this week that I normally wouldn't reach for, and I did record that. So I know that that was like in the vlog or whatever. But I don't know. I want to do better with like actually styling like skirts and shorts. Like I really do like skirts and dresses and stuff like that. Like I really need to kind of start wearing those items. And I have a lot in my closet and I do like them, but I just don't often wear them. I don't know. This is my wrap up for week 1. Um, it's pretty good. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't a perfect week. But if this is a 6-month journey, it's there's going to be a lot of weeks and there's going to be ups and downs. And I think that for the first week to start off kind of slow seems like it makes sense and seems kind of natural in order to be consistent. Like if I just dove headfirst into everything, I would probably burn out a lot quicker. So yeah. But with that being said, okay. So week 1 down. All right. Week 2, let's begin.